I left the I left the pen up here. I can reach it, I think. Yep. Okay, I can't reach it. Hold on. Oh, all right, I got it. I'm sitting in my son's little Spider-Man chair, and for some reason, I just thought, let me try to sit in there because I bet I can fit in it, and pretty much can. I can't sit my legs like all the way up. I gotta kind of have them spread out. I mean, not stretched out, but I'm all the way in here. So I haven't journaled in a while, traditionally or digitally. I have been writing a lot of poetry and a lot of song lyrics, going ahead recording, and just releasing all of these projects that I've been working on. I don't know where that spark came from, but I'm glad that it came back because for a while well, you know what? I take that back. I kind of do know. But I'm gonna leave that to myself right now. It's just a lot of personal things going on in life, and just as they was previously. And so there was a lot of blockages, self-sabotage as well. So I have to take accountability for some of the things as well. But just sometimes you have to take a step back or push some things out, get rid of some things, and just really look at things from a different lens or a different perspective, or I don't know, just look at things differently, change up things differently, like how you think about things, how you're doing things, who you're keeping around you, who you're going around, or just how you're moving in general, the spaces that you're in and occupying, the time that you're spending and giving outside of yourself, but even with yourself, because sometimes I have a lot of time to myself and I don't use it in the best ways. I had just did a little bit of journaling because I'm still working on filling up this journal. I'm almost done, but I haven't been journaling. Today I went out to the park. I took my son to the park, and I told myself I was going to journal there, but I ended up forgetting to bring my journal. So, now that we're back home, I decided to go, am I talking? I haven't filmed a video in a long time, so it was just like, I just got to come with it. I don't even want to try to edit too much of this. I'm just put it out because I'm trying to do things differently. As I said before, I'm trying to move differently, even outside of content, but just focusing on the content part. Like, I just don't want to hold myself back so much, just thinking because, I have work, or I've got to do this and that, or I'm a mom, so I don't have time to do this, or I'm feeling too tired. Like, I just got to do, if it's something I want to do, then I at least need to give myself the proper amount of time and execution or whatever to try to go for it, instead of just dibbling and dabbling here and there, doing stuff here and there whenever I feel like I can and I have that time. When in reality, I have a lot more time than I give myself credit for. It's just a lot of time where I'm pretty much being lazy, which some of that time, I have a right to be lazy sometimes, with just, as we all do, like with work, with all the responsibilities that we have as adults now. If you have kids and things like that, sometimes you do need time to just relax and be lazy, kick back your feet and whatever. But, just don't dwell on that for too long and get too comfortable in that. So, like I said, I just did a journal entry that I might read a little bit of it on here. I'm not so sure. Part of it was really just personal for me. Some affirmations and things like that as well. So the time at the park was pretty nice. We didn't stay out too long because it was very hot out there. It was like as soon as we stepped out, you start sweating. So it was very hot today. There was an event going on from 3 to 7. I believe we made it there probably around 4 and left around 5. So, yeah, the things was just getting started, but it was just too hot. I have my Oracle decks right here, the 3 that I've been using for my journal entries and stuff on the channel whenever I decide to do something like this. I am still working on my own decks and just getting some other ones that I had been wanting to order, but I wanted to just pull some cards just to see if I could get another journal entry out today. to fill up more of these pages, and just because I haven't done a journal entry in a while. I haven't done a video in a while. I haven't done I haven't done a journaling video in a while. I was gonna do one digital, but I'm feeling up to it today to actually be on camera, so we'll just go with it. I was about to say I'm about to just roll with it, so I guess I'm gonna go with it and roll with it. This is the deck that I use the least. I usually always use this one combined with the Believe in Your Own Magic, but I'm feeling called to use this deck, so I am going to use this deck today. So I'm not like going for anything specific, like for a specific read. I don't have a specific like question on my heart and mind or anything like that. I'm just going to see what kind of comes out and if I can journal about it, or if a poem comes to me about it. It's probably going to be a journal entry, and then maybe later on I can get a poem out of it, but that's the way I'm doing it right now. Go ahead and take that. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and just take those three. Let's look how bright that card is. The Spark of Hustle. And that's funny because when I actually first opened this deck today and and picked it up, this little book, the handbook, came out, and I was trying to put it back in there, and I had ended up picking up the cards too, and this was the card that I had saw. It was the card on top or something, and I just went through and was shuffling through these, and it's the card I see again. So the Spark of Hustle. This is card number 17. What's on the top? Nourish the Sacred Feminine. So that's interesting because the bottom, but I don't know, because like I said, I seen this card on the top at first, but you see how bright it is, and it's talking about the spark of the hustle. But then the top card is those cooler colors, the blues, purples, and it's Nourish the Sacred Feminine. I'm gonna keep those two cards out. Some cards, I thought it was like two cards that shot out on the floor, but I guess I'm tripping, or I picked it up or something. I don't know. Was it two cards or one? Okay, so this one is, what do you really want? So that's a perfect question for a journal. That's a perfect question for a journal entry. So since I was doing this for something to journal about, it gave me an actual question. What do you really want? And then this one is just Creator Fire. And that Creator Fire card is speaking to me as well, because a lot of the things, that I really be wanting involves things that I create. So I need to put more fire into these things, more passion, more action, all of that, which, like I said, I have been doing a lot more of lately. In the past, I've had moments where I thought I was doing that, but looking back, I really wasn't. The way I see it now, the start that I have now is that real, that real spark that I thought I was doing in the past in certain moments. But I think now I'm kind of more on that right path. So the cards I decided to leave out was Nourish the Sacred Feminine. Yeah, don't even worry about it. Nourish the Sacred Feminine, the Spark of Hustle, and then this other card that I pulled was Magic Happens When You Most Expect It. So it doesn't say when you least expect it. It says when you most expect it. Some more pretty colors. Are any of these cards speaking to you? Like, could you find yourself journaling, or even not just if you don't want to journal, but just, are you having any thoughts about any of these? What do you really want? Like, what do you really want in life? What do you really want just for the summertime? What do you want from now moving forward for the rest of the year? What type of magic do you want to create and bring into your life? What type of fire and passion and sparks do you want in your life? Do you really want? We got a lot of, bright, sunny, fiery cards. And then we have these two cool cards. Like, yeah, you can have all this passion and this fire, or you need to bring more of that out. But also remember that, I don't know, I want to keep saying magic happens when you least expect it to. So whichever end you're on with that, or maybe even both of them, but also magic happens when you most expect it. but nourish the sacred feminine as well. I guess have a balance in it, in the things that you're trying to accomplish, the things that you're going for or working towards. All this fire and passion, everything you're working hard towards, everything you're finally putting some type of action towards. Do all of that and stand true in that, stand firm in that, hold true to yourself and your boundaries, but also just make sure that you're still taking care of your self-care as well, making sure that you're still resting as well, taking the time to rest, and not just burning yourself out. You don't want to burn yourself out, so take care of that feminine energy as well. That's what I would say if this was like a reading or something. Of course, there's so many different ways to interpret things, but I'm gonna see if I can journal any. I really see. I be trying not to do that, talking so much to where I basically just spoke out my whole journal entry, because I could have just wrote all of that down instead of speaking it. But I'm gonna see. I can write some more. Oh yeah, I still wanted to pull from the other two decks as well. So hold on. I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of getting tired of this deck because I'll be using this deck probably the most. I still like this deck, but yeah, I'm probably, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take that. I was about to say I'm probably not gonna pull 3 of these cards. I'm probably just gonna pull one, but I still feel like I want to pull another one, so we'll see. But yeah, I be using these cards all the time. Okay, I'm just take those 3 cards again, and it's always like that. Every time I do it, it's always 3 cards from each deck. Activated Earth, Power Places, Trust Where You're Led, You're Not For Everyone, Embrace Your Weirdness, Face Your True North. Star Family, You're a part of a team of souls, call in support. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and pour from Believe in Your Own Magic. Ooh. If anything else. You don't need someone else to fix you. Castle, it's time for healing, not war. Escapist, come home to yourself. Come home to yourself. And as we are going into Cancer season. So that was automatically speaking to me, coming home to yourself. Too much trying to escape into like pleasures, addictions, habits, and things like that, or comfort. There's a lot of discomfort going on. I know something that I journaled about earlier, I do want to say, because it was just something I was journaling about for myself. Speaking to, I am not responsible for anyone's comfort or their discomfort, besides my own and my son's, of course. But other than that, if anyone else is feeling discomfort or feeling any type of way, especially if it's things that they caused or something from their own actions or whatever, it is not my responsibility to take on that burden. It is not my responsibility to be the one to fix those things. It is not my responsibility to be the one to make those things feel better for anyone else. And the same for you. It is not your responsibility to be anyone's comfort or their discomfort other than your own. And if you have any children, then, it's kind of your responsibility to make sure that your children are comfortable. So I just wanted to say that you don't need someone else to fix you. You need to work on fixing and healing yourself. Again, going back to that, not being responsible for anyone else's, just as they are not responsible for yours. So if you are feeling discomfort or anything like that, they're not responsible for that. Even if they are causing you any type of pain or discomfort, you have I got to be careful with what I say, because in some situations, things are a bit tricky and a bit harder. But you have the ability to, I want to say escape, that word just came to me. You have the ability to escape from it and come back to yourself, take your power back, make things more comfortable for you. If something is displeasing or uncomfortable or whatever to you, if someone is causing any type of discomfort, you have the ability to remove yourself from that situation or remove them, whatever the situation may be. You have that option. Of course, like I said, things are a little bit more trickier in some situations, but if it speaks to you, it speaks to you. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm able to say that because I know there was some situations that I've been in or that I've witnessed. That it's like, some things are easier said than done. Also, how this card says it's time for healing, not war. So, let's not be trying to, if other things are going on, again, it's one of them things where it's like, it's easier said than done. But yeah, I'm trying to get to keeping the healing aspects myself. I can fit in it, but it's hard to get up in and out of. So these are all the cards. There was an event going on at the park today with live performances, and I actually felt comfortable, like it was something that I can do and something that I am finally ready to do now. I've been writing more poetry again and making more songs, but unlike before, I've started sharing them more. Not worrying about how perfect or not they are, or what others will think, or even what an algorithm thinks. And I felt more free since then. Of course, I'll have to keep up with some sort of routine, since that was a big part that has held me back in the past. I also have to work through some home and family issues, as well as my own personal time. Like, I get so focused on things ahead of me that I can't focus on and enjoy present moments. Like being at the park today and knowing that I have some family events to attend tomorrow, I'm already thinking about, the time that I'll be losing for myself, and how early I'll need to go to bed because it's Sunday night and I have to get up early Monday morning for work. It's like I only give myself time and dedication to one thing or the other, like work or creativity. When I can do both, or I can advocate more for myself if I need more time for myself, because that's a part of self-care. But even self-respect, it's not selfish, and I shouldn't be a people pleaser, especially at the expense of my own self-respect and my own self-worth. I am not responsible for anyone else's responsibilities. I'm not responsible for anyone else's thoughts and feelings but my own. I do not take on anyone else's karma, and I am not responsible for their traumas. I will come back and share it in another video or on a community post or something. As far as for the cards and what I journaled, things may be uncomfortable, but trust where you are led. As long as you are able to sit and think with things and have conversations with yourself and others and reflect on those things. So as long as you've had you've taken the time to just sit with things, yes, be thinking and speaking about certain things that's on your mind and all that as well. But sometimes, as they say, sometimes you have to think before you speak. So things like that, like kind of, if you've been able to reflect at all with any of that, then okay, just trust where you are being led within that discomfort. What made you think and speak more clearly? So throughout these conversations and with yourself and with others, what made you think and speak more clearly? Who felt more clear and comfortable to speak to and to be around when you were having these certain thoughts that, you either felt comfortable to share or not share? Build confidence, share your passion and your spark and your fire, but remember, you're not here for everyone. Not everyone can take the heat, and for some reason I wanted to write or take heed. So not everyone can take the heat or take heed, and it's not your responsibility to make them. You are your own gold, and it's time for healing and creation, not war and destruction. What do you really want out of it? So all of these things you've been working towards, all of these things that you've been doing, all of these, thoughts you've been having, the ones that really stuck with you, the ones that, were your own thoughts that you came to the conclusion, okay, this is something that I want to continue with, and bring down into reality and take action towards. What do you really want from that? What do you really want out of life? Well, if you believe it and you really put in the time and effort, it can possibly happen when you most expect it. Like that card said, when you most expect it instead of when you least expect it. But still be open to it happening when you least expect it, while continuing to nurture, while continuing to nurture the sacred feminine. So while continuing to still, if you're a mother, to still be a mother and make sure you're taking care of your responsibilities as a mother, or as a father. If you have a job, still making sure you're doing your job. But if you feel like, if you're starting to feel like you're misaligned with certain things, certain people, a job, a career that you're in, with certain things that you're doing online or whatever it is, then you need to figure out, I guess, better ways of going about that, because you're not nurturing yourself and you're not nourishing the sacred feminine when you're realizing these things and you're continuing on the cycle without changing them, without pulling yourself from it, without taking your time back, without taking your power back, without taking the time that you need to rest and heal. Just staying on that, in that go mode. Work, gotta get some money. Like, yeah, we need that. We gotta pay our bills and all that. We got kids, all of that. But yeah, we gotta take care of ourselves too. And that's most important, because if we don't take care of ourselves, then we can't take care of everything else. So that's what I got out of all of that. So that's what I got out of that entry. Again, I'm not going to try to edit this too much. I'm going to just put it out as is. It's probably going to be all over the place. I don't even remember half the things I said, but I know there's some stuff in there that I need to take from it. If there's anything that you can take from it, great. If not, that's all right. I got a bunch of other videos that you can check out and possibly be entertained by, or take something from, be inspired by. I've got poems, songs, things like that. Just get into them. I hope you had a great day today. I hope your weekend goes well. I hope your summer goes well. Happy summer solstice. You'll see me in the next video. I don't know if that's going to be another, sit down journaling type of video. I don't know if it's going to be a vlog. I don't know if it's going to be me creating something. I don't know if it's going to be me giving the backstory, of a certain project, or if it's going to just be another project. But you'll see me in the next one.